What's good, yo? I'm Hunter, man. I'm back with another video, and you know, when I was driving around delivering today, door dashing, I was thinking about this one story that I wanted to share with you all. You know, whoever watches these videos, whoever finds them, whether it's now, a year from now, whatever, about kind of the purpose of life. And this story I have, which happened actually very recently, bro, like maybe a couple weeks ago, if that, a month ago max. And it's a really special story, and I haven't told anybody, and I thought it'd be cool to tell the world, you know? So there was this one day, I was door dashing, as I still do now. Excuse my cough. I guess a little bit. Got a little cold, man. There's something in the weather down here in Florida. But I was door dashing this one day, and I got an order from Chick-fil-A, as I'm sure a lot of people do that DoorDash. And it was whatever, you know, it was a little order. I went to Chick-fil-A, got the pickup, you know, picked the order up. And it was like a little 10-minute drive. It was easy. It was like for, I think, $9-10 actually, which is actually kind of rare for that kind of distance, you know. So yeah, and I went to this. It was a pottery place. So like, they make pots like out of clay. Like if you guys ever seen videos of like pottery and stuff. Like I don't know if any of you guys are into K-pop, but like a lot of idols will do like little vlogs and shit, and they'll be doing they'll be doing pottery, you know, making pots and whatever. But yeah, anyways, and I went to the spot, and it's weird. I couldn't find it for a minute. Like it was like kind of hidden. It was like in a warehouse. Like I don't know how to explain it, but like the street it was on wasn't like, there was no big sign that said pottery here. You know what I mean? It was hard to find. It was like in a little warehouse. And eventually I asked around. I was like, hey, yo, I'm door dashing. Do you know where this address is? And eventually a guy helped me get there. And when I found the place, bro, it was crazy. This lady is a really, really sweet lady, man. I hate that I forgot her name, but I remember she came out, and she was like older, you know, like in her, I think, 60s, 70s. And she was paraplegic. She had like a leg missing, and she had like this dope ass like mechanical leg, you know, like a prosthetic leg, I guess you say. I'm not really sure. And it was like it had the American flag on it. Like it was really cool. It's hard to explain, but I'm trying to like, you know what I mean? Trying to explain it a little bit so y'all can visualize what I saw. And she had like dyed blue hair. She just radiated like good energy, you know? Like there's people in this world that just radiate good energy, right? And I remember I was like, oh, hey, is a DoorDash for you? And she's like, yeah, sure. Want to come in? And I was like, hell yeah, you know, I was excited, bro. I was like, damn, this is a little pottery place. And so yeah, she brought me in, and you know, she showed me around the store, and it was neat, bro. Like it was like a hidden gem, you know, like literally a diamond in the rough. You know, there were so many like people working, making pottery. They all looked happy. Everyone was smiling. I was just like, damn, this is really cool. And then me and the lady got to talking, you know, and she told me, you know, how long she's been doing this and how she lost her leg. And she's, you know, and yeah, we just got to talking, man. Really sweet lady, bro. Down to earth, you know. And, you know, I remember I was like, hey, listen, you know, it's been a pleasure meeting you and talking to you, but I want to ask, like, can I ask you one question? And she said, yeah, sure, go ahead. And I asked her, I was like, you know, what do you think the purpose of life is? It's a pretty crazy question, bro, and I've asked it around a few times, and you know, because I'm pretty sure like that's not a question a lot of people hear, especially from a person they just met, you know, like 5 minutes ago. And she paused for like a good like 10 seconds and just thought, and she was like, you know, you find your gift and you give it away. And that like took me back a little bit. I was like, damn, find your gift. And I was like, what do you mean? And she said, you know, I remember when I first lost my leg, and the doctors, everyone told me, you know, you're just gonna have to live like in a retirement home. You should retire now, you know, just live your last days, just trying to enjoy the moment. She said, no, and she said that she told the doctors, you know, no, fuck you. I am going to live my life. If I have no legs, no arms, like I'm gonna live my life. And she said, you know, like during that time, she found pottery, you know, because back then she was like a EMT, you know, like a medic, you know, like an ambulance. And when she couldn't do that anymore, she found pottery. And she just said, you know, like she really feels like it's a gift. And, she feels like when she makes something, like when she makes a vase or whatever, when she just makes a pot, she feels like she's like giving it away to somebody, And that just made me think, bro. It was like, life is really about others, man, like in today's world, like everything is very, self-centered. Like it's, oh, me, I have to do this, I have to do this for myself. And it's like, yeah, that's true. You have to take care of yourself. You got to be your own best friend. But, like, at the end of the day, man, like, when you're gone, the only way that you'll be remembered, or the only way that you will live on, is through others, man. Like, is deep. It's hard to think about, but, like, it's just, you have to live your life. You have to serve others, Like, I truly think that the purpose of life, or how should I say, it's like, you'll find your purpose, but, like, when you find your purpose, like, try to, like, give it away to people, if that makes sense, Like, let's say if you think your purpose is being an entertainer, like a streamer or a comedian, well, whatever. Like, yeah, be a comedian, make people laugh, and just, make their day better. Or let's say if you want to be a doctor, like if that's like what you're passionate about, like, yeah, be a doctor and help people, like serve others. And yeah, I'm going off on a little tangent here, but like that stuck with me, man. And I've asked a lot of people, like different people, not a lot, but like at least 4 or 5 people, like what they think the purpose of life is, and it always comes back to others. Like, there was this one video on YouTube. If you guys search up Robin Williams on the meaning of life, even he said, and he's like one of the most, in my opinion, one of the best actors ever, like even one of the best human beings to ever live, And he just said, like, the thing that matters most in the end is others. Your ego goes away, like you go away, and that's all that matters. And a loving God, and I really agree with that, bro. And, I don't know about y'all, but like I'm always thinking, not about this exact same thing and situation, but I just always think like, damn, why am I here? Why am I on this earth? And I ask God sometimes. I just get on my knees and say, man, I pray and hope that I can find my passion or my gift, and I can try new things and see what I like, and just give it away to others, man. Because I really think that life is about others, man. Like, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I just feel like if this world had that mindset, I think the world will be a way better place, man. And I just even remember, like, when I got done talking to that lady that I met at the pottery store after I delivered the food to her and shit, I just remember I was like, man, you're one of the, I don't know if I'm ever going to see you again, but can I hug you? And then I hugged her and I left, man. But like that day, it kind of changed my life, bro. Like, I still think about that story from time to time, and it's just like, it still rings true to me, man. And I mean, I'll give you one last example. Like, my dad passed away in like 2021, so like 5 years ago, which is crazy to think about. And like, I still think about him a lot, And I realized that like the only way that he lives on is through others, like through me, my family, and his friends. Like, because he would, I'm not saying he was a saint, but like he would do good things for people. Like, he would treat people well, and he'd be a good person. He had a big heart, and people remember that, man. Like, if you do something nice to somebody, whether it just be complimenting them or helping them out with anything, like, they remember that, bro. Like, people remember that, and I like to think it's not rare, but sometimes it is, man. Like, for some certain people, like, someone being genuinely nice to them is rare. Like, they don't get that a lot. And, I feel like there's a lot of really good people out there, man. It's just hard to meet them sometimes, And yeah, man, that was what I wanted to make this video about, man, Because, there's some things I keep to myself, and some stories I'll always, take to the grave with me. But, like, I feel like this can, like, kind of help people a little bit, And that's also kind of why I like making these kind of videos, because I feel like I can give this perspective out to other people, and they, they can understand it and shit. And I realize I'm not a fucking, who am I to tell people how to live their life? And I'm not trying to do that at all. I'm just giving you all a different perspective, But yeah, man, I really think that, just find your gift and give it to others, man. Help people out, The two most important not to get all like religious and shit, but the two most important commandments, bro, is love your God, give your soul, your mind, everything to God, and love thy neighbor, man. Like, those are the two most important ones, bro. Be a good friend to people, be a good lover, what I mean? Sexy cat, alright, J, ooh! But no, seriously though, man, like, just be good to others, man. It comes back to you, man. I'm telling you, But yeah, man. I'm glad I made this video, yo, and I hope it reaches people that it's supposed to reach, and I hope y'all have a good 2026, man, honestly, and, I love y'all, man. I feel like a lot of people in this world need a hug sometimes, including me. So yeah, man, if I could hug y'all through the screen, I fucking would, boy. Yeah, no. Anyways, though, I'll catch you on the next video, man. It's been one. Alright, peace and love, yo. Peace out.